Hey everybody, Mark Davis in the immediate aftermath of our Thursday, June 19th, 2014 program. All right, we got to get to the bottom of this Redskins nonsense. This is something that a lot of talk shows have dealt with. I've probably addressed it less than some other folks have, and I grew up there. Here's why. I have viewed the Redskins name controversy as one of the stupidest controversies in the history of controversies. Why? Number one, number of people offended is infinitesimally small. Most of the people who say they're offended are simply worshiping at the crazy altar of political correctness. So number of actual aggrieved victims you could probably fit in this room, and it's not a big room. Number two, there's never really any reason to make this applicable to everybody's life, but now it is because the patent office has yanked the marketing exclusivity from Redskins because a few people are offended by the name. If somebody wants to be offended by the name, they may do so. That is their free speech. You or I or anybody can be offended by whatever we wish to be offended by. But we don't have a country anymore where people are just offended and then they get on with their lives. I spend my life telling you what I'm offended by and uplifted by, and taking your calls as you tell me what you're offended by, uplifted by, or anything in between. But now, as soon as somebody's offended, we must stop down the world and make sure that things are rectified to the satisfaction of the indignation industry. And that's where this has gone crazy. As you know, I've been back in my native Texas for 20 plus years. I root for the Cowboys along with everybody. This is where my bread is buttered. This is where I live. These are my people, and it's my family. I'm married into an entire house full of Cowboys fans. But as I've pointed out, skillfully and tactfully, I grew up at RFK. I grew up bleeding the burgundy and gold of the Washington Redskins when I was a kid. That name means something to me. It brought me happiness as a child. Now the Redskins are Cowboys rivals, but I think we all got Cowboys, Redskins. How do you not love that? The people that say they don't love it, if I had somebody with actual sincere offense in their hearts in front of me, I would say the following. Number one, in no way is this an epithet in modern use, if it ever was. Number two, who names a sports team after something that's not complimentary? From less incendiary names, one presumes, like the Braves and the Chiefs and the Seminoles, the imagery of the Indian, like another ethnic stereotype, the Viking, or some professional stereotypes, like Steelers and Packers, is meant to convey toughness. In the case of the Native American imagery, ferocity in battle. Good things. Who names a team after something that's not complimentary? The notion that this is an epithet, the notion that this is an insult, is simply insane. Now, we can have this discussion, and we have. I've done shows on this for years, but now it gets particularly important because if government is saying that this private business has a name we don't like, the only way this name should ever change is if millions of people are offended, they stop going to Redskins games, they stop watching them on television, they stop buying RG3 jerseys. If that ever happens, then Daniel Snyder, owner of the team, will go, whew, I gotta change this name. This kind of pressure is the exact wrong way to get him to change the name. In fact, he's only going to dig in harder. I hope he does. He's a hero to me now. And the fact of the matter is that this entire thing is a big dust-up over very nearly nothing. It could be dismissible up to the point at which government, the patent office, the trademark office, has now engaged in a taking of what is the Redskins' actual property rights. This is a constitutional issue now. If somebody wants to fuss and moan about how they don't like the Redskins name, great. Call me, don't call me. I'll agree, disagree with whatever you say. But when the government says we're going to punish this business because of this name, that is wrong, and it cannot stand. I think we'll probably talk about this for a little while longer. So this or any other subject, give me a buzz. Mark Davis Show, 7 to 10 Central on 660 AM The Answer. And on Fridays, we start off at 5 Central Time doing Bill Bennett's Morning in America. So wherever you catch us on the radio or here, I appreciate it. Thanks for listening and for watching 660 AM The Answer.